In order to understand what a midwife's life was like, you have to understand what a doctor, a surgeon, and an apothecary did. A doctor didn't become a doctor because he was good. Doctor became a doctor because they had enough money to send that man to school. So most doctors were of upper crust. Well, so now there's already a division in society, and they liked those people, and they made a lot of money on the upper crust. If you ever watched Downton Abbey, and they would say, oh, you know, he's a duke and he knows more about being a doctor than you do. It's like, no, he has a title. You know, so a doctor was not somebody who necessarily was the best in their field. A surgeon oftentimes was a butcher. Now, I kind of appreciate that because at least they know about anatomy and the organs. I might be built a little differently than a pig, I hope, or a cow. I only have one stomach. But as they're butchering, they're learning about the organs and what things do. So if you went to a surgeon, that would be cheaper than a doctor. An apothecary was a pharmacy. For all intents and purposes, if you went to see a doctor, he would give you a prescription. You would go to the pharmacy to fill that, which at that time was an apothecary. They had all sorts of herbs. They had tinctures. You know, depending on what you look at, they had exotic methods of things. Maybe a little bit of it wasn't quite on the level, but some of them were. And what they would do is you would come in and say, oh, man, my knee hurts. It's always hurting, it's always hurting. And you would have that conversation, and they might give you herbs to grind up to put on your knee, which we call a poultice. They might give you a tea to drink, something like that. So they would also, to an extent, quasi-practice medicine.